were talking about. We pretty much always have some crypto conversation with you. I'm just curious because I don't think we've talked to you since.
I think all that's been a waste of time, and why you guys waste any breath on it is totally beyond me.
Because you just think the whole thing just is
going to zero?
Going to zero and it's fake?
Bitcoin itself is a hyped up fraud. It's a pet rock.
You're back to that?
Yeah,
really?
Of course, yeah.
So what do you make then of BlackRock and other firms that are investing in infrastructure?
No, that's different. Blockchain is a technology ledger system that we use to move information. We've used it to do overnight repo, intraday repo. We've used it to move money. Right. So that is a ledger. That's a technology ledger type of thing that we think will be deployable. Remember, we've been talking about that for 12 years too, and very little's been done.
There's some tokens that I agree with you on, but Bitcoin's based on a distributed ledger. Yeah, it has all the characteristics of a store of value. It's immutable. It's scarce.
Totally untrue. It's
21 million.
Well, yeah, really. How do you know it's going to stop at 21 million?
Because
I've mentioned this to people
Satoshi,
too. Everyone says that. Well, maybe it's going to get to 21 million, and Satoshi's picture is going to come up and laugh at you all and say, no.
There isn't a picture.
And by then, Satoshi will have taken out billions of dollars.
What was your reaction to the failure of FTX and all of that? You've seen lots of failures over the years of different things that have happened on Wall Street in the world of finance.
I'm not surprised at all.
And
I called it a decentralized Ponzi scheme. The hype around this thing has been extraordinary.
The underlying
but you have a lot of clients who are involved.
You guys you've all seen the analysis on Tether and the analysis on all these things and the lack of disclosures, and it's outrageous. The regulators should have stopped this a long time ago. People have lost billions of dollars. Some are, if you look at it as lower income people, it's some cases.
Jamie, there's a difference between saying FTX is a decentralized Ponzi scheme and saying that crypto itself is a Ponzi scheme. That's like, Madoff created options.
Crypto itself that doesn't do anything is a pet rock. You're happy to
Bitcoin.
You can own it all you want.
I'm just talking. There's a lot. It's billions of dollars.
I don't care about Bitcoin, so we should drop the subject.
All right. Well, let me ask.
So, on September 12th, Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud. He says he'll fire any one of his traders buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin drops 24%. When Jamie Dimon speaks, people listen. So that weekend, we found out that the largest buyer of a Bitcoin fund that's in Europe that buys physical Bitcoin, right? The largest buyer was Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan. And that's not illegal.
He says it's a fraud.
It says he'll fire anyone that buys it. Yes.
And at the same time, his company is buying it.
His company is buying it.
It's just, so unethical.
But yeah, there's something called the Hinman email. Bill Hinman, the director of corporate finance at the SEC, gave a speech in June 2018 about how ETH had been a security, but had magically become not a security. And there's some emails associated with that the judge turned over 6 times. We finally did get those emails. And I think when those come to light, I think you will see more kind of like, how is it possible the SEC decided to bring a case against Ripple, given what they were saying within their own walls?
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And guys, we have Jamie Dimon at it again, playing the Hegelian dialectic when it comes to Bitcoin, knowing that Bitcoin and crypto is the future. And when they brought up BlackRock with Bitcoin, he tried to change the subject to blockchain. But we have Brad Garlinghouse on the Hinman emails. And we know why Ethereum magically went from a security to a commodity, because we know JP Morgan has his hand all over Ethereum and consensus. And we know that's one of my must-watch videos that I first did when I started this channel. JP Morgan was building the Federal Reserve 2.0 on blockchain. And then, guys, we have the DOJ going over Bitrue, the small exchange that nobody's heard about in Hong Kong. But, guys, what's the connection? That's right, CZ and Binance. And we know once they go after CZ and Binance, it's going to destroy Bitcoin and cryptos as we know it. And remember, that's exactly what the NWO wants to do. They want it all to fall in their hands. We've seen this movie before with Big Tech. And if Bitrue was laundering money like the DOJ says, They was laundering it through Binance, so of course Binance is going to be held accountable. Now we know Hong Kong has strict rules. And why didn't the DOJ contact Hong Kong and China? And then on top of it, we see no arrests. I only seen one picture of the guy that's supposed to be the CEO that was in Miami. But guys, just remember, this is all a movie. Sit back, grab your popcorn, let it play out. And then we have Jamie Dimon on the debt ceiling. And guys, we know Janet Yellen came out of nowhere and said today we would be running out of money, $31 trillion. But guys, guess what? There is no such thing as debt. We have a money printer. We can just keep printing money. The same way the NWO has done since 1913, printing money and giving it to their friends and family while the masses pay for it. That's the reason why you need to wake your friends and family up out of that sleep. There is no such thing as debt when they're printing fake pieces of paper. They're fighting the inflation that they cause. Remember, the NWO caused the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And we know that solution was ready 10 years ago. Robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy, paying each other with crypto, and the sheep are going inside the metaverse. Get that free money airdrop to them if they don't wake up. Remember, this has already been tested during the C word. People are sitting at home getting free money. But this time, it's going to be stable coins and CBDCs, telling you what, where, and when and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it, or poof, it's gone. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows, when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Has dealt a significant blow to the crypto crime ecosystem. Justice Department agents and prosecutors, working in partnership with the Treasury Department and French law enforcement, have disrupted Bitrue, a China-based cryptocurrency exchange notorious for laundering criminal proceeds from the dark net. And last night, agents of the FBI arrested Bitrue's founder, Anatoly Legadimov. Today's law enforcement actions put all of those who seek to exploit the cryptocurrency ecosystem on notice that the Department of Justice will use every tool, working along with our partners, every tool that we have to attack the criminal use of the dark net and cryptocurrency. And we are taking steps to address the crisis of confidence in the cryptocurrency market. Last night in Miami, FBI agents arrested Legadimov, a Russian national and the founder and majority owner of Bitrue, a Hong Kong registered cryptocurrency exchange. The charges allege that he operated Bitrue as a high-tech financial hub, as he put it, that catered to, quote, known crooks. Bitrue failed to implement safeguards required by U.S. law, safeguards that enable law enforcement to detect and to investigate financial crimes. Instead, Bitrue facilitated the transmission of hundreds of millions of dollars in illicit funds, fueling darknet.
Would the debt ceiling be one of the things on your list that you worry about, that you give a lot of thought to, or?
We should never question the creditworthiness of the United States government. That is sacrosanct. It should never happen. And of course, Democrats are going to blame, well, the Republicans, and Republicans will blame the Democrats. I don't care who blames who. Even question is the wrong thing to do. That is just a part of the financial structure of the world. And, this is not something you should be playing games with at all.
There's a reason that we can sell our debt, and that's because, we're at 120% now, right. But we can still do it because we're lucky and we're trusted. But that would
America should understand that the American financial system is basically the crux of the financial system of the world. We shouldn't play with that.
Talking about selling our debt.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.